When people ask me why I studied abroad, I honestly didn't know how to give them a good answer because the truth is I didn't know why I came here. So adjusting to my new life in Korea was very difficult just because my mind was constantly filled with questions like, why did I come here? Where do I belong? Who am I? But I didn't want to spend my time here constantly thinking, so I'd rather live in the moment and enjoy the experience. So I put those questions aside and tried my best to enjoy every aspect of living in Korea. But now that the semester is nearing its end, these questions are coming back. So I made this video to share my study abroad experience and some of the main takeaways from processing these difficult questions.
I can't do it.
You're ruining the shot.
I told you.
Why did you guys decide to study abroad? And so interesting. Only in Korea.
And that's the answer to your question.
Yeah.
Dex.
Where are you from?
Kentucky. Fried chicken.
You're not special, but
Okay. I'm sorry. It's my supporters.
why did you decide to study abroad? Why did you come to Korea?
Well, Korea is many things. It's sophisticated, romantic, it's innovative, it's futuristic. It's what attracts a man like me, a man who can't be held down by the chains of society.
I decided to study abroad. My family's international anyway, so I've always been wanting to study abroad. I got into Korean culture I've always liked Asian culture.
yeah, I've wanted to study abroad since high school,
Ooh.
but I didn't know where. I knew I wanted to go to Europe, but everyone goes to Europe, so.
True.
So I've always wanted to study abroad because I like the idea of being able to live in a new country and experience a new culture as in depth as a student would, and maybe to pick up the language a little bit because my grandma speaks it and I can't really communicate to her, and I want to be able to connect with her in that way.
For me, I picked Korea because I got into K-pop when I was in high school, and so I really wanted to learn more about it and more about just Korean culture in general.
How have your overall experience been so far? Just in general.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There's I haven't had one
Just
bad
amazing.
experience.
Really?
Just amazing, yeah.
Not a single bad experience?
Not a single bad experience.
I mean, I guess you're a pretty open-minded and, adventurous person, so.
Korea is not somewhere you go if you want an easy study abroad really because it's in a different language. Korea University is also one of the more difficult schools to attend, but with all the difficulties, it is really, really rewarding.
I just wander around Seoul and I like acclimating myself to the city and just being part of it. So I really loved it. I feel like my Korean's gone better, which
Nice.
is something I like.
I've had a really fun time, but I feel like people don't really talk about the hardships that you face just living abroad by yourself. So I think that it's really important to remember, you're here by yourself, but you're never really alone.
Korea, a land old as time.
What?
You can't respond to.
If you were to give any advices for future study abroad students who wants to come to Korea, what would those advices be?
Not be afraid to do things. I would say to just, you just said, have an open mind coming here and don't have expectations that it's going to be where you're from because it's not.
I think the most important thing, shout out mom, most important thing that my mom told me was just to try everything. Don't be afraid. I know money can be hard, but just try everything you can. You don't know when you're gonna be able to do it again. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to travel abroad again. Another pandemic could happen next year. We're stuck inside for another 2 years. So who knows when I'll ever come back to Asia at all. So just trying everything and just being open-minded, because I've met people who just aren't, and it just makes they're miserable here.
Well, it's one thing you need to know when you come to Korea. Okay? Forget about all that bullshit taught you in school. Okay? Forget about it all. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is you and your experience. And whatever you do, make it as wild as possible. Okay? Don't let anyone hold you back. Don't let the teachers, your mom and dad, don't let the professors hold you back. Just do whatever you need to do to thrive. I'm happy.
And then kind of come in with an open mind. There will be so many mistakes and so many mess ups. I've gone on the wrong metro and going the wrong way so many times. Like, the weather is crazy here. Though I am from California, so it's pretty moderate. And also, like, food is not always what you expect. You're gonna have some pretty weird things, very weird things, but just kind of go in with an open mind. Be prepared to, like, try new things. And, like, you might not always enjoy it, but you'll enjoy the experience. Like, that is 100% a given. So
The best advice I can give you is to do a lot of research on your university. For me, I picked Korea University, but it's been really hard for me academically. It doesn't equate to the level of my university, and so I've struggled a lot. So I would just suggest to do your best efforts and remember that your grades don't define you, but also you're here as a student and not just a tourist, so keep that in mind. And while you can have fun, you also have to make sure that you're being academically responsible for your time in Korea.
Most, if not all, of my friends came to Korea to experience a new culture. And, they came to have a true, authentic, study abroad experience. But Korea, I was born in Korea, so, like, Korea is not a unfamiliar culture for me. I guess I came to study abroad to rediscover my roots. I don't even know what that means. How do I begin to process these questions? I'm just going to rant. That's just how I process things sometimes. And so you guys can skip this part, because, if you don't want to hear me rant, that's perfectly understandable. You can just skip to, the takeaways. What is the point of gaining experience? Why do people seek for unique experiences in their lives? Like, what is the point? Was it necessary for me to come abroad to study? Like, what did I learn? What did I gain? Am I more sure of who I am now than I was before the program started? I don't know. I feel like I just feel the same way. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't think too much. Maybe let's just keep it simple, Let's just say I came here to experience new things. That definitely feels right. But I wish that was it, man. I wish that was it. Like, that can be the answer. And for some people, that's fine. Like, that, yeah. Study abroad. I came here to become a stronger person. New experiences, all cool. But something in my heart is unsettled. Like, I know I'm seeking for the real reason. Like, what do I mean by a real reason? Like, but once I discover this reason, all the questioning and worrying will stop. I don't know why I'm like this. Why? I wish I could just settle for, I came here to experience new things, and that's perfectly fine. But why? I don't know why I'm questioning these things. The real reason I came here.
나이스. 맞아. 천천히 던져야지. 천천히. 자, 한번 더. 자, 누가 빨리 하는 거야? 누르는 거 아니야?
해야?
하지 마. 그냥 계속 뛰는 거야. 칭찬해줘. 같이.
I see now. Everything that has happened in my life has been orchestrated in accordance with God's love. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout this semester. This video in particular was kind of special for me because, yeah, I wanted to be vulnerable a little bit. I wanted to, take the liberty to be vulnerable. Because, the truth is there is a lot of hardship and struggle that comes along with studying abroad that is not often mentioned. And so if nobody has mentioned it, then I want it to be the first. Yeah, here are some main takeaways that I want to share with you guys just very briefly. Studying abroad is not for everyone. I'm just going to say that very clearly because it really forces you to adapt in this new world, new culture. Yeah, it can get a little bit overwhelming for some people. And this process of adapting to a new place, everyone has different responses to it. Some people start feeling homesick. Some people, may start stress eating or, in my case, I started to question my life because I thought this whole study abroad opportunity was too good to be true. Like, I saw it as a blessing from God, but an undeserved blessing, man, I don't deserve this, I shouldn't be here, that kind of thing. But, as the semester rolled on and as the semester came to an end, I began to realize that it's not about who I am, but it's about who God is. Like, I can think of myself to be unworthy, undeserved, unloving, just utterly weak, broken beyond repair, but that's what I think of myself as. That's not what God thinks of me, you know what I mean? I've known this truth before, you know, like, because God is love and everything. I grew up in church, but man, when you feel like you're at a place where you just suck, and then all this blessing is just coming into your life, it just makes you wonder why God would ever love someone like me. But the only way this makes sense is that God is just who he is, you know. He is just love. But yeah, that was sort of my epiphany. That was sort of like what I got away from it. But if I were to leave you guys with one advice, it would be this. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to go to new places. Try that new hobby that you wanted to try for the longest time. Basically what I'm saying is don't be afraid to fail, because I think the more often you fail, the closer you are to success. If you are willing to learn from your failures. So, you know, we're all people trying to become better versions of ourselves, and we can't do that if we're too afraid to take risks, because risks involve failures, but those failures is what makes you become more like who you were meant to be. Yes, that is what I wanted to tell you guys. This video is getting way too long, so I'm definitely going to stop it right there. I thank you guys so much for supporting me all this time, and I hope to continue doing YouTube, because I think I kind of like making videos and whatnot. Yes. All right. That's it for this video. I shall see you guys in the next one. Peace.